Capricorn, let me ask you something no one has ever asked you before. What makes one Capricorn more dangerous, more powerful, and more unforgettable than the other? Is it the December born, carved from the final shadows of the year, sharpened by the weight of endings, walking with the wisdom of things that have already died? Or is it the January born, forged in the silence of beginnings, when the world is bare and unshaped, carrying the strength to build something out of nothing? This is not just a random thought. It is not just curiosity. This is a truth that lives inside you. You felt it deep down in your spirit, that not every Capricorn is the same, that your story is marked differently depending on when you entered this world. And that difference is not small. It is not just about a date. It is a line written by destiny itself. When you were born, the universe placed a mark on you. December and January carry different energies, different responsibilities, different dangers, and with that, different kinds of power. And today, we are going to uncover what no one has ever dared to tell you. This message is not for the world. It is for you, for your soul, for the part of you that has always wondered why you move differently, why you feel differently, why you carry weight others cannot even see. So before we go deeper, I want you to pause and declare something over yourself. Type this in the comments to anchor your spirit into this message. I carry the truth of my power. Write it not as a sentence, but as a seal over your life. Because what you are about to hear is not just a comparison. It is a revelation. It is the unveiling of a truth that has been waiting for you. Stay with me until the very end, Capricorn. Because by the time this journey is finished, you will not only understand the difference between December and January Capricorns, you will finally see the hidden reason why destiny marked you the way it did. The December Capricorn, the child of endings. December Capricorns are not ordinary souls. They are born at the very edge of the year, when the world is closing its cycle, when the final breath of the calendar is being exhaled. This timing is not random. It marks them with the spirit of endings. It is as if life itself whispered to them, "You will know how to finish what others cannot bear to face." There is something in their presence that cannot be ignored. When you look into their eyes, you feel as though they have seen too much, lived through storms that others could not survive. Their gaze carries the weight of endings, as though they are always one step ahead, already knowing which ties must be cut, which paths must be closed, which doors cannot remain open. This is what makes them dangerous. Not dangerous in a way that destroys recklessly, but dangerous in a way that holds sacred power. The power to decide what must remain and what must end. When a December Capricorn enters a room, they do not need to speak loudly. They do not need to announce themselves. Their spirit announces them. Their silence often says more than words ever could. People feel it. They feel the sense of conclusion that surrounds them, the energy of someone who does not linger in falsehood or illusion. They embody finality. December Capricorns are the ones who will walk away when the truth demands it, even if their heart is breaking. They are the ones who will end a cycle that no longer serves them, even if it means standing alone. And because of this, people fear them, but they also respect them. For deep down, everyone knows it takes courage to close a chapter. It takes bravery to say, "This must end." Think about it. Most people run from endings. They cling, they hold on, they resist the closing of doors. But December Capricorns carry the rare gift of knowing that endings are not just loss, they are transformation. When they cut ties, it is not out of cruelty, but out of clarity. When they remove something from their life, it is not because they are cold, but because their soul knows that holding on would only create more pain. This is why they are unforgettable. This is why they are powerful. Because in a world where many drown in indecision, December Capricorns stand as pillars of certainty. They are the ones who do not just drift away, they seal chapters with divine authority. Their endings are not accidents. Their endings are declarations. And here's the hidden truth. December Capricorns are not destroyers. They are liberators. Their danger lies in the fact that they cannot be trapped. They cannot be forced to remain in spaces that are false, toxic, or expired. They bring closure where closure is needed, and in doing so, they free themselves, and often, they free others too. Capricorn, if you are born in December, know this. Your power rests in your ability to end what has outlived its purpose. You are the guardian of transitions, the one who knows that death always gives way to new life. Your danger is not in destruction, but in your sacred clarity, the clarity to walk away, to shut the door, to say no more when the world trembles to say it. That is why people both fear you and respect you. That is why you are remembered long after you leave a room, because you do not just live, you conclude. You do not just move on, you seal history. The January Capricorn, the child of beginnings. January Capricorns are not born in the fading light of endings. They are born in the stillness of beginnings. They arrive in the world when the year is new, when the air is cold, silent, and fresh, and when nothing has yet taken shape. This is not an accident. This timing marks them as children of the dawn, souls who are destined to begin again when everything feels uncertain. Where others see nothing, January Capricorns see hidden paths. Where others see an empty field, they see the outline of a garden. Where others see coldness, they feel the fire of possibility. Their spirit carries the gift of vision, the ability to see what does not yet exist and to believe in it with all their strength. Their danger does not come from closing doors. Their danger comes from their power to begin without fear. When everyone else hesitates at the unknown, they step forward. When people tremble because the future looks blank, January Capricorns lay the first stone. They build even when there is no applause, even when no one else believes. This is what makes them powerful. January Capricorns are natural builders. They do not wait for the perfect moment. They do not ask if the ground is ready. They make it ready. Like mountains that rise from the deep earth, they anchor themselves and climb higher, no matter how long it takes. Their persistence is their weapon, their shield, and their secret. Once they fix their mind on something, time itself bends around them. This is why many underestimate them in the beginning. January Capricorns are not always loud or flashy. Their danger is quiet. Their power is steady. At first, people may not notice the seeds they are planting, the plans they are making, the foundations they are setting, but slowly, silently, day after day, they continue to build. And then one day, without warning, what they have been working on towers above everything else. This is their greatness, the ability to begin, to build, and to endure. They do not stop at the first obstacle. They do not turn away when the road is long. They keep moving forward, slowly, silently, faithfully. And this is what makes them dangerous, not because they fight loudly, but because they outlast everyone else. Capricorn, if you're born in January, understand this. Your strength is not just in your vision. It is in your patience. It is in your ability to keep walking long after others have given up. You are a child of beginnings, and beginnings always require courage. Your danger lies in the fact that you never stop. You keep building, you keep believing, and you keep rising until the world has no choice but to notice what you have created. That is why January Capricorns are powerful. That is why they are remembered, not because they rush, but because they endure. Not because they end things, but because they bring life to what seemed impossible. Power in different seasons. Capricorn, destiny has given each of you a different weapon. The December Capricorn holds the scythe, a tool that is sharp, decisive, and fearless. It is the power to cut, to separate, to bring an end where an end is needed. The January Capricorn holds the seed, small, silent, but filled with endless potential. It is the power to plant, to wait, and to grow something that can outlast centuries. These are not the same gifts, yet both are divine. December Capricorns thrive in moments of crisis, in times when the truth must be spoken and illusions must be broken. Their strength awakens when courage is needed to walk away, when bridges must be burned for the sake of freedom, and when silence can no longer carry the weight of lies. They are sharp like the edge of a blade, fearless in closing a chapter that has gone too far. January Capricorns, however, rise in different seasons. Their power blooms in the long journeys, the kind of paths that require patience, vision, and trust in time. Where others give up halfway, January Capricorns remain steady. Where the world grows tired, they continue moving forward, slow but unstoppable. Their weapon is not the swiftness of endings, but the quiet endurance of beginnings. This is why neither December nor January Capricorns can ever be called better. Power cannot be measured in one form alone. One ends, one begins, one clears, one builds. One fights the short, intense battles that require courage in the moment. The other thrives in the wars of time, where only patience and vision can carry victory. So the question is not who is more powerful. The real question is this: in which battlefield does your power awaken? The dangerous gifts. Capricorn, every soul carries gifts, but not every gift is safe. Some gifts are so sharp, so undeniable, that they become dangerous. Not because they destroy without reason, but because they hold a power that cannot be ignored. Both December and January Capricorns carry these kinds of gifts, though they are expressed in very different ways. For the December Capricorn, their most dangerous gift is clarity. They have the rare ability to look into the heart of a situation and know its truth instantly. They do not need long explanations or convincing words. They can feel if something is life or death, pure or poisoned, worthy or unworthy. This makes them impossible to deceive. And because they cannot be manipulated, many fear them. People sense that December Capricorns already see the ending, even before the story has played out. They walk with eyes that pierce illusions, and that kind of vision is a gift that unsettles others. The January Capricorn, however, carries a different kind of danger. Their gift is unyielding will. At first, they may be overlooked, underestimated, even doubted. But this is their disguise, their camouflage. Quietly, steadily, they keep moving, keep climbing, keep building. And by the time the world realizes the strength they hold, it is already too late. They have claimed the mountain peak while others were still debating whether the climb was worth it. Their will does not bend. It does not break. It outlasts storms, doubts, and delays. December strikes like thunder, sudden, powerful, undeniable. January rises like stone, silent, patient, immovable. One clears the way with force, the other endures until nothing can stand against them. Both are unstoppable, though their power takes different forms. These are the dangerous gifts of Capricorn. Not weapons meant to destroy, but abilities that shape destiny itself. Clarity that sees through every mask. Willpower that turns impossible dreams into reality. And in these gifts lies the reason why Capricorns are both feared and respected across every season of life. Relationships and destiny. In love, Capricorn, your power shows itself in ways that others often do not understand. For the December Capricorn, the danger in relationships lies in their refusal to remain where love is false. They cannot be fooled by sweet words that hold no truth. They cannot stay in places where loyalty is broken or where trust is poisoned. Even when it hurts, even when their heart is heavy, they are not afraid to walk away. They would rather face the pain of ending something than live in the slow death of dishonesty. This is why their love is feared, because it demands truth. It demands purity, and it will not settle for less. The January Capricorn, however, carries a different kind of danger in love. Their strength lies in loyalty. Once they make the choice to love, once they give their heart, they do not turn back. They will hold on through storms that would have broken others. They will remain steady when the ground is shaking. Their love is not fleeting, it is built like stone. Their danger lies in the fact that they do not easily let go, and their loyalty can become their greatest weapon. With them, love is not just a feeling, it is a vow, a building, a lifelong structure. When we speak of destiny, the same truth reveals itself in greater ways. December Capricorns are like revolutionaries. They bring change by tearing down what is corrupt, false, or destructive. They clear the ground, they remove what no longer serves humanity, and they end what must end. Their destiny is sharp. It is to challenge, to confront, and to bring closure where there is injustice. January Capricorns, in contrast, are the empire builders. Where the ground has been cleared, they take the dust, the ashes, the emptiness, and from it they raise a legacy. They construct paths that last, they create structures that endure beyond their lifetime, and they shape something that future generations will stand on. Their destiny is not about endings, but about the greatness that comes after beginnings. Both are dangerous in love, both are powerful in destiny. The December Capricorn brings revolutions that change the course of history. The January Capricorn builds empires that live beyond memory, and in their own ways, both paths mark the world forever. Stories the stars whisper. Capricorn, let me take you into a vision, a story whispered by the stars themselves. Imagine two Capricorns standing on the edge of a mighty ocean. The sand is cold beneath their feet, the sky heavy with clouds, the waves roar like 1,000 drums, and far away lightning cracks the horizon. A storm is coming, not small but fierce, powerful, the kind that swallows ships whole and leaves nothing behind. Both Capricorns stand side by side, watching the same sea, the same danger, the same uncertainty, yet what happens next reveals the secret of their difference. The December Capricorn narrows their eyes, reading the storm like a book already written. Their heart knows endings. Their soul carries the weight of closure. They speak with certainty. We must not sail here. This storm will destroy us. To step into it is to step into ruin. Their words are sharp, final, filled with truth. They know that sometimes the greatest courage is not in pressing forward, but in stopping, in refusing to walk into disaster. Their wisdom saves by ending. They close the door before tragedy can enter. The January Capricorn looks at the same storm, but their heart beats differently. Where others see destruction, they see challenge. Where others see a reason to turn back, they see a call to prepare. With quiet strength, they whisper, "Then we must build a stronger ship." To them, the storm is not the end, but the test. They know that survival does not always mean avoiding the storm. It sometimes means facing it, enduring it, and coming out stronger on the other side. Their wisdom saves by enduring. This is the story of Capricorn written across the stars. One protects by refusing the path, the other protects by reshaping the path. One ends journeys before disaster strikes. The other finds a way to continue, even when the sea looks impossible to cross. Think about the lives you've lived, Capricorn. Have you noticed this truth? The December born among you have likely walked away from situations that others begged them to stay in. Relationships, jobs, friendships, they felt the poison early. They knew the ending before the rest. And yes, people may have called them cold, harsh, or unforgiving. But later, the same people often realized that Capricorn's clarity saved them from greater pain. That ending was not cruelty, it was wisdom. The January born among you, however, have likely been the ones who stayed, who built, who endured storms that others would have abandoned long ago. They are the ones who took the broken pieces and used them as bricks to create something stronger. They do not give up easily. People may have called them stubborn, but in time, they see that January Capricorn's loyalty and endurance turned ruins into legacies. This is why the stars whisper these stories, to show you that danger and power take different shapes depending on when you were born. The December Capricorn is dangerous because they can shut a door before destruction walks through it. They carry endings in their spirit, and they protect by cutting ties. They are not afraid of silence after the storm. They create it before the storm can even begin. The January Capricorn is dangerous because they can walk into the storm and not be broken by it. They build stronger ships, stronger hearts, stronger futures. Their silence is not about endings, but about preparation. They protect by making sure that what they build cannot be torn apart by the winds of life. One is thunder, loud, quick, final. The other is stone, silent, patient, unmovable. Both shake the world. Both carry power that others cannot understand until it is revealed. And the truth is, Capricorn, the world needs both of you. Without the December born, cycles would never close. Lies would drag on endlessly, poison would spread, and false paths would waste years. Without the January born, nothing new would be built. Hope would die, visions would vanish, and foundations would remain only dreams. Together, you are the balance of ending and beginning. Together, you are the guardians of transition. One prepares the ground by clearing it. The other plants the seeds that will grow into forests. One teaches the courage to let go. The other teaches the patience to endure. Capricorn, do you see why both are dangerous? Do you see why both are powerful? The storm at the ocean was only a symbol. It was never about water and waves. It was about life itself. Every storm you face, whether in relationships, in career, or in destiny, awakens a different kind of power in you. And the beauty is this: whether you are December or January, your role matters. The world cannot do without you. The stars whisper the story not to divide you, but to remind you that your power has always been real, that your difference has always been sacred, and that when people look at you in awe or in fear or in respect, it is because deep down they feel what you carry. Both are dangerous, both are powerful, and yes, Capricorn, the world needs you equally. Your place in this truth. Capricorn, whether you were born in December or in January, you must hear this clearly. Your danger is not meant for destruction. Your power was never given to you to harm or to break without reason. It was placed inside you for something far greater, for protection, for transformation, and for creation. So many people have misunderstood your strength. They have called you cold, distant, or hard. But they do not understand that your strength is not about cruelty. It is about carrying a responsibility that others cannot carry. You were chosen to stand firm in moments when the world begins to shake. You were chosen to speak truth when silence becomes a prison. You were chosen to carry vision when others cannot see past the fog. The truth no one ever told you is this: your power is not just personal. It is ancestral. It is cosmic. It is spiritual. You are not walking alone. You walk with the weight of generations before you. The strength you feel in your bones comes from those who came before you. The clarity in your spirit comes from the whispers of eternity. And the authority you carry in your steps is not just yours, it is written in the stars. When storms rise, others may run for cover. Others may hide, others may fall apart. But you, Capricorn, are the one they will look to. You are the one who remains unshaken, the one who does not bend when the winds howl. You are the mountain in the middle of the storm. You are the lighthouse on the darkest night. And whether you are December or January, this is your place in truth. To stand as the unshakable one, to guide, to protect, to transform, and to build what cannot be broken. Capricorn, the world has never fully understood you. They have watched you from a distance, and many times they have misjudged you. They have called you cold. They have called you distant. They have said you are hard to reach, hard to understand. But they never knew the truth of the weight you carried inside. They never realized that your role was not simple. You were born with the burden of holding both the ending and the beginning in your hands. December or January, it does not matter. You walk with a kind of power that is undeniable. When you end something, you do not end it carelessly. You end it because destiny requires it. And when you begin something, you do not begin lightly. You begin with the strength to carry it through to completion. That is why you are dangerous. Not because you destroy, but because you reshape. You reshape people, you reshape stories, you reshape destiny itself. So Capricorn, as we close this journey, I ask you to seal this truth in your spirit. Type it one last time in the comments to make it real, to plant it in your future. I carry the truth of my power. Say it with faith. Say it as a reminder to yourself. Say it as a declaration over your life. Because from this day forward, you must never again doubt the depth of your strength. Stay connected. Subscribe, because this channel will always bring you what others cannot see, the hidden battles, the quiet victories, the divine whispers of your path. And above all, Capricorn, remember this: you are not ordinary. You are eternal. Your life is not just a passing shadow. It is a flame that shapes the world long after it burns.